Hey guys, so thanks for tuning in. I'm super happy that you're here. I'm Santi, I'm the chief engineer of this platform, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use this software to be more productive, more healthy, more focused, smarter in a way. This is software I built for myself. I'm a computer programmer, I do a lot of knowledge work, I need to be very focused in my work. And I noted that I didn't have a tool that allowed me to manage my focus and to also kind of forecast and note what is it that I am doing to get towards my long-term objectives. So naturally, everybody has objectives in life, financial objectives, personal objectives, learning objectives, and so on. And what I noticed is, hey, like I don't have any software that is telling me like, hey, how far along are you on this objective or on that objective? Like, are you going to reach your goal or not? Like, do you have a plan to go towards your objective? So I literally built this. The software is now being used by thousands of users, which is pretty cool. In 55 countries, we're very popular among different types of demographics, but especially among students, engineers, CEOs, and startup founders. So if you identify with someone that wants to be more organized and wants to have a correct tracking of what is it that you're doing with your life, stay tuned because in this video I'm going to show you precisely how the software works as told by the creator of the software. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so let's start by creating a new objective. So it's very simple. You just click here. You can hit N on the keyboard. We're going to say, let's say I want to do 100 study sessions to get into, let's say, Stanford Business School by August 2025. That's going to be my objective. The reasonable objective, we're going to hit create. The system is going to go into the backend, it's going to analyze it, and it's going to come up with a plan for us to follow, which we'll now be able to see on screen. And here we have it. This is the plan. We need to do 100 study sessions by August. Today is June 6th. So we have until August 31st. We've got 87 days remaining. This is the run rate. We've got some really cool graphs. Of course, nothing happened yet, but as you start doing stuff, the graph is going to start updating. And you can see, when did you log on to do stuff, if you have completed any tasks and so on. And in this part of the software, you'll be able to see all of your objectives. And each objective will be, in green, in red, in yellow, depending on are you on track or not. Of course, the system is now estimating, okay, if you want to get 100 study sessions by 31st of August, you need to do 1.1 sessions required daily. The advantage of this is that most people do not track their objectives. Like if you have any list of objectives written down, you're already in the top, percentile of people doing stuff. So just having a functionality to track everything you're doing is good. As Benjamin Franklin used to say, if you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. So this is the first part. Now, if we're going to do 100 study sessions, probably you're going to want the system to remember that for you. So we've got a very handy functionality for that. All of the functionalities, you can find them here on the left sidebar. And we've got this quick, shortcuts. We're very much used by computer programmers, so they love keyboard shortcuts. So we gave that to them. You can do, just Shift 3, and you head into the recurring tasks section. This was the previous one, so let's delete it. What we're going to do now is we're going to create another recurring task. Again, we can just hit N, and the pop-up, the modal is going to come up. You can just write down in natural language, which I find quite handy. So let's say do one study session every morning, Monday through Friday at, let's say, 9:30 a.m. You can use this for any type of recurring task you want to be reminded about. Many users use this, to improve their habits and so on. And let's just hit create. This again is going to understand the task with the AI engine in the backend, which can be Grok or OpenAI or whatever. It's going to come back and it's going to create what we need. And what we need is, to do one study session. The pattern is correctly identified. The time is correctly identified. Every user has a different time zone, so this works across all of the time zones in the world because we've got users in 55 countries, as I said. And crucially, the system is smart enough to associate this recurring task with the long-term objective. So you can see we've got here, okay, do 100 study sessions to get into Stanford Business School, which is exactly what we had written down here in the objective section. So the cool thing is that with this system, you're going to have, all of your long-term goals noted. And then after you have that, you're going to have all of the recurring tasks you need to do, which need to be connected to those long-term goals. And then the only thing that you're going to do is you're going to head over to the task section, which you can easily do by hitting Shift 2. And if you do that, you're going to find this beautiful dashboard where you have, you can have tasks that are, you can create like a random task. I don't know, maybe you need to study about machine learning for 45 minutes. You can just create it. This is going to automatically catalog everything and it's going to create the tasks for you. And it's going to be smart enough to, if you're studying for something, it's going to relate it to the long-term objective. And at the same time, you're going to get all of the tasks that are automatically generated. You'll see them here. You can move tasks around. You can, if you're not going to finish something today, you can move it to the remember stack. You can keep it here. Of course, tasks can be either monetizable or not. So you can just, mark them as monetizable. And in that case, the system is smart enough. It's going to say, hey, like you're going to produce $50 worth of output today. You're going to work for 45 minutes. Your finish time is going to be 12:18 p.m., like, depending on at what time you start. And the cool thing is that as soon as you mark something, let's say you mark it as complete, you can just, clear it, and you're going to see it in the next part of the dashboard, which is the achievement section. And in here, you're going to see, okay, today you work for 45 minutes doing this task. And of course, once you complete it, since it is related to the long-term objective, you can already see, hey, like you completed one task that was related to your long-term objective. So this is automatically tracked. This has already improved. And you can already see the forecast, which says like, hey, like if you continue at this rate, you're definitely going to hit your objective. The final feature this system has, which I believe is one of the most useful ones, is in the brain level section, which you can go to using Shift 4. And what this part of the system does is it helps you manage your mental energy. Of course, to do good work in the modern economy, you need to work hard, but you also need to work smart. And in order to do that, you need to be focused. Now, focus is a variable that is very easy to deplete because we're constantly bombarded by all sorts of algorithms that try to capture our attention, family issues and so on. So your attention needs to be protected. And in order to do that, I came up with this feature, which is quite handy, which lets you, in essence, measure how your mental energy is trending. Let's say right now I'm at a 75, and the system is going to use an algorithm to make a forecast of, hey, how is your energy going to trend during the day? And the algorithm right now is saying like, hey, like I believe your energy is going to go down as the day goes on, which is what tends to happen in most humans. Like there are a couple of humans who can have a huge spike of energy like in the afternoons, but most people, like as the day drags on, they start becoming progressively more fatigued. And what I came up is, I said like, hey, what if I had a system that allowed me to, decide or get scientifically validated things I can do when my mental energy is low. So if my mental energy is low, maybe I can try one of the things that the system recommends. Maybe I can get some sunlight. I can, take a short walk. I can practice deep breathing. And the cool thing about all of the suggestions is that they are not random suggestions. There's a button here, Y, that if you click it, it links you to a scientific paper which explains why is it that this is going to help you recover your mental energy. You can just start the process. The Pomodoro timer is going to start automatically. As soon as you finish it, you can mark it as complete. And when the process is finished, of course, this is going to be saved. You will be able to see it here. Okay, today you've already done one of this. And if you go back to the achievement section, you're going to be able to see, hey, today you worked on this for 45 minutes, you were focused, that is good. You produced this amount of wealth given your hourly rate and the amount of focus time you used. And this was your total recovery time, which you can see here. Of course, you can see this for any type of day. Like this is a freshly created account, so there are no more information in the previous days. But you start having like this complete log of everything you're doing with your life. And the cool thing is that this system is generalizable to like any sort of objective. Like who doesn't have an objective in life? You can just hit N and say like, hey, I want to go 180 times to the gym by year end. And the system is going to say, hey, like this is probably a good objective. It's going to catalog it, analyze it, and it says, hey, year end, December 31st, that is correct, 209 days remaining. We're starting today. You need to go 180 times. This equates to roughly 0.9 times per day. And this is your run rate, which is 0% because you haven't done anything. But if you do something, the run rate, like we can clearly see it here. If we click +1, the run rate is already updated. It's maxed out at 299%, but as you know, time moves on, it's going to converge to something that is quite reasonable, and the algorithm is constantly improving again. And yeah, those are the main features of the product. One final thing I'd like to mention is that you also have this cool phrases. So this is the dashboard I keep open during most of my working day. You've got these phrases. They're constantly showing up, coming up. They give you motivation, and they are phrases that I enjoy and that are have been produced by some of the most eminent men and women in the history of our species. So that is also cool. And that is also software. Of course, you've got like a settings section where you can set up the meta parameters of the software. There's an iOS app coming soon, and since we're finding lots of success with corporate users, we're also developing a Teams version. And I think that's most of what the software does. So stay tuned for more. And thanks for tuning